The voice that became an era. In the history of South Asian music, very few names rise above time, borders, and generations. Noor Jahan, widely known as the Queen of Melody, was not merely a singer or actress, she was a phenomenon. Her voice carried emotions that words alone could never express. Love, sorrow, patriotism, devotion, and pain all found life in her singing. Her journey from a small town to becoming the most powerful voice of a nation is one of struggle, brilliance, sacrifice, and legacy. Early life and birth, 1926. Noor Jahan was born on September 21, 1926, in Kasur, a small town in British India. Her birth name was Allah Wasai. She belonged to a modest Punjabi Muslim family where cultural values and traditional arts were respected. Her mother played a decisive role in shaping her future, as she recognized her daughter's extraordinary vocal ability at a very young age. From early childhood, Allah Wasai displayed a natural inclination toward music. While other children played, she sang. Her voice had an unusual depth and sweetness, something rare for a child. It soon became clear that this talent was not ordinary. Musical training and childhood talent. Understanding the importance of proper guidance, her mother ensured that Allah Wasai received formal training in classical music. She studied under renowned music teachers, learning ragas, rhythm, and vocal discipline. At a time when it was socially challenging for young girls to pursue music professionally, her family's support proved crucial. By the age of 9, she began performing publicly. Audiences were stunned. A child with such control, emotion, and maturity in her voice was unheard of. These early performances laid the foundation of what would become a legendary career. Entry into theater and cinema. In the 1930s, Allah Wasai entered the world of theater and later cinema. She performed on stage and soon transitioned into films, primarily in Lahore and Calcutta, the cultural hubs of that era. As a child artist, she acted and sang in several films, quickly gaining recognition. It was during this period that she adopted the name Noor Jahan, meaning light of the world. The name suited her perfectly, as her presence illuminated every stage and screen she appeared on. Rise to stardom. The 1940s marked Noor Jahan's rise to superstardom. She became one of the most sought-after singers and actresses in the Indian film industry. Her songs dominated radio waves, cinema halls, and public gatherings. What made her special was not just her voice, but her ability to express deep emotions effortlessly. Whether singing about romance, heartbreak, or longing, she connected instantly with listeners. Her voice became the soul of the films she worked in. Partition of 1947, a turning point. The partition of the Indian subcontinent in 1947 changed everything. Amid violence, displacement, and uncertainty, Noor Jahan faced a life-altering decision, whether to stay in India or migrate to the newly created state of Pakistan. She chose Pakistan. This decision was not easy. It meant leaving behind an established career, fame, and familiarity. But it also reflected her emotional connection with the new homeland and her desire to contribute to its cultural identity. New beginnings in Pakistan. When Noor Jahan arrived in Pakistan, the film and music industry was in its infancy. Studios lacked equipment, resources were limited, and infrastructure was fragile. Yet her presence gave immediate strength to the industry. She quickly became the backbone of Pakistani cinema. Her songs elevated films, and her performances set new artistic standards. At a time when Pakistan needed cultural heroes, Noor Jahan emerged as a guiding force. Patriotic songs and national role. One of Noor Jahan's most unforgettable contributions came through her patriotic songs, especially during the wars of 1965 and 1971. Her national songs inspired soldiers at the front lines and comforted families back home. Her voice became the voice of hope, courage, and unity. Even today, those songs continue to evoke powerful emotions, reminding listeners of sacrifice and national pride. The Queen of Melody. Over time, Noor Jahan earned the title Malika a Taranum, Queen of Melody. This was not an award handed out by institutions, but a title bestowed by the people themselves. She ruled hearts for decades. No female singer before her or after her managed to command such authority, versatility, and emotional depth in music. Personal life and struggles. Despite her success, Noor Jahan's personal life was filled with challenges. Relationships, family pressures, and emotional struggles accompanied her journey. Fame brought admiration, but also loneliness. Yet she transformed personal pain into art. Many of her most emotional songs were reflections of her own experiences. Her vulnerability made her music even more powerful. Mentor and musical authority. As she matured, she took on the role of a mentor. She guided younger singers, corrected their techniques, and passed on classical traditions. Many successful artists considered her guidance a blessing. Her understanding of music was profound. She was not just a performer, but a true musical authority. Later years and health decline. With age, Noor Jahan's health began to decline. Physical limitations reduced her public appearances, but her voice remained influential. Even in silence, her presence was deeply felt. She faced illness with dignity and grace, never allowing weakness to overshadow her legacy. Passing away, 2000. On December 23, 2000, Noor Jahan passed away in Karachi. The nation mourned deeply. Streets fell silent, radios played her songs, and millions felt a personal loss. It was not just the death of an artist, it was the end of an era. Eternal legacy. Noor Jahan lives on through her music. Her songs continue to inspire singers, musicians, and listeners across generations and borders. From classical compositions to film melodies, her voice remains unmatched. She was not just a singer. She was emotion. She was culture. She was history.